Hi ladies, thank you for coming back and spending some time with me while I put on the rest of my makeup. It's going to be all Lancôme makeup, and I pulled out my favorite Lancôme products that I have in my collection. I have a lot of Lancôme. I have been a lover of Lancôme makeup for like the past 30 years. So I really love their products. I'm always excited when they release a new product. And I've been very loyal to the brand ever since I started trying them after I had a job where I could afford to buy my own makeup. And I have not been disappointed by many of their products at all. So I do already have my foundation on, and I used the Lancôme Tint Idol SPF 25, and this is the new formulation. And I did just film part 1 of this video where you can see everything that there is to know in my first impression of this foundation. So I hope you'll check that out. But if you're here just to see the rest, I'm going to use all Lancôme, and I did go ahead and apply my brows because I always used the brow definer from Lancôme, and I think it's around $28 in the shade Chestnut, and it was holy grail for me. I loved it. I purchased more of those than I can count, but a couple of years ago, I realized that the Sephora brand brow definer is an exact dupe. When I ran out of the Lancôme one, I drew a little line on my hand of the color so I could see the color and the consistency. And then I went into Sephora and I color matched. And I was using Chestnut in the Sephora brand too. It matched the Lancôme one very well. But now I've moved on to Auburn in the Sephora brand. So if you're curious about what I have on my brows and how they match my hair, it's the Auburn Brow Definer from Sephora. For my eyeshadow today, I'm going to use this palette from Lancôme. It's one of their quints. You get 5 shades, and this is the Amethyst quint, and I love this one all year round, but it is perfect for spring and summer. So this is the one I'm going to use. They did redesign their palettes a couple of years ago. They used to look like this, and they were called color design palettes. I love these too. I have a couple that I hadn't finished and they're still in my collection. They're old. I need to probably pitch them, but I do love these as well. And these are the Hypnose palettes, and they do also come with 5 shades. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this lightest shade right here, and it's just a nice, very light, kind of soft lavender shade, and I'm just going to apply that to the inside of my lid and all the way up to my brow. And this is just like a perfect shade for really brightening up the inside of your eye, and even for like the inner corner here. It's not sparkly. It is more of a satin finish. It's not a matte. I wouldn't go as far as to call it a shimmer, but it does have a sheen to it, and you can build it. It's very, very light when you first apply it, but if you go over it a couple times, it doesn't look cakey, and it's very buildable, and it gives you a little more of that lavender pigment, and it's not dusty at all. There's no kick up. I'll show you. I wasn't even tapping my brush, and there's nothing like all over the palette. They're really, really good. Now I'm going to take this middle shade right here, and I'm going to apply that to my crease and up to my brow bone. And it's really nice and pigmented. Again, no kick up. They're kind of creamy, even though they're a powder formula, but they blend out like a really nice cream. Okay, that's how that looks. And I will blend everything out a little bit better at the end of putting the rest of my shadow on, because I can see it's not very blended on the outside, but I'll take care of that. Now I'm taking this shade right here, the 4th shade. I just kind of use them in order. I go down the line. And now I'm going to pack that into the outer corner of my mobile lid. And again, no kick up at all. It's not dusty at all, even though it's a really dark and deeply pigmented shade. And now I'm just going to take that and kind of blend it into the shade I put up in my crease on the outside of my lid, like to the tail of my brow. This is like my go-to eyeshadow technique that I do on a regular basis. I do like to try application techniques that I watch on YouTube and things like that, but this is like just my go-to everyday look. Okay, now I'm going into the second shade that I skipped over, and I'm picking that up on my finger. It's just kind of a nice, softly shimmery, sheeny pink. And I'm just gonna put that in the center of my lid and just brighten things up right there. Now I just have a really fluffy blending brush, and it's clean. It doesn't have anything on it. And this is where I'm gonna just soften up this outer edge of my eye makeup. Now I'm just taking this teeny tiny little angled brush, and I'm going in with the deepest shade right here. And I think it's a matte. Yes, it's definitely a plum matte shade. That's why this is also really great in the fall too, because you could really focus on the darker colors, you know, and just to do a really mysterious fall makeup look. And I just tapped it on the edge of my brush, and I'm just going to do kind of like that reverse cat eye, where you do a wing on the outer corner, like so. And then instead of focusing on the upper lash line, I'm going to go beneath. And I just have a Stila waterproof eyeliner. I don't own one of these from Lancôme, and this is waterproof, and I like it to tightline. So I'm going to tightline my upper lash line before I put on my mascara. Even though I don't have any kick up or fallout to deal with beneath my eye, I am going to use the Tint Idol Concealer now and the Doe Foot Applicator. And this is really nice for just kind of cleaning up everything and making the edges really nice. So I'm going to take my Angie Hot and Flashy concealer brush. I love this brush for this. It's just like perfect. All of her brushes are really nice. I'm gonna bring my other eye up to speed, and I'll be right back. Okay, now both of my eyes are up to speed, so I'm just gonna curl my lashes. And Lancôme makes amazing mascaras. It's just finding the one that you like. If you like a really voluminous lash, Monsieur Big is really great, or the Hypnose or Hypnose Drama. The Definicils is just a great everyday mascara just to get some volume and a little bit of length in your lashes. And let me think. Oh, in the Tint Idol mascara or Idol mascara that they released, this is probably the newest one. This one is lovely as well. It's kind of a cross between the Definicils and the Monsieur Big, in my opinion. But I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I really like this mascara. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smear, and they're really just really beautiful mascaras. They wash off easily at the end of the day without leaving a lot of residue where you have to go in with a separate makeup remover. Just really good. I don't use the waterproof versions. I always just use the regular one. I do have oily skin kind of around my eyes, and the oil can make waterproof mascaras smear on me because you remove them with oil. So I just go in with the regular formula, and the oils on my skin do not react with them at all, and I don't have any problems. So my boys went to prom last night. They both got back really late. We do have like this thing called post-prom, and they decorate a big part of the school, like the cafeteria, the gym, the halls, going to both with a theme. And from like 11 o'clock till 2 in the morning, all the kids can go there and have fun. It's like a carnival sort of, I guess that's the best way to describe it. They have bouncy houses for the high schoolers. They're still kids too. And they have like cotton candy. They have like lots of food and raffles and games and things for them to do to keep them off the streets and hopefully prevent them from doing anything dangerous or naughty because they don't have anywhere to go after prom. So that's where they were till like 3 in the morning. I told them it ends at 2. So I said, you have like an hour afterward just to drive your friends home, because they went in groups of friends, and then get home. So they were both home on time, and I haven't seen either of them yet today because they're still sleeping, but I think they had a lot of fun. And yeah, it's really an exciting time for them to be young and in high school. I did help decorate the school for the post-prom, and that was really fun too. I was there on Friday for 5 hours, and it was really fun to participate and help make that happen for them. So this is the eyeshadow look all finished using the 5-pan palette in the shade Amethyst. It's so pretty. I think if you like purple, lavender, violet shades, pinky shades, you'll really like this. I don't currently have an individual bronzer from Lancôme, but I do have a bronzer in this palette that came in my holiday box. I love this, and this is the shade. It's like a matte, and it's perfect for my skin tone. It's sort of like just kind of more of like a matte, natural looking bronze. So I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit of contour, not much. I would really recommend the holiday boxes at Christmas time. Every year I try to pick one up and review it for you guys. I kind of missed a couple of years, but I did pick one up this year. I did a review of it, and it is amazing. I love it. This is so great for travel. You know, you just bring it with you, and you've got your blushes, your highlighter, your bronzer, and then you have an array of eyeshadows, and these are wonderful. So the blush, it's in French, subtle, I think is the word, but it's spelled S-U-B-T-I-L. And this is in the shade Plum. I always have this in my collection. I'm so thankful they've never discontinued it. It's a very soft lavender pink. And I also have, I think this is like Happy Go Rosie or something like that. And it's a really kind of, it reminds me a lot of the NARS Orgasm Extreme. I think it's like a dupe for that. But I'm going to use a Plum because I love this, and I think it'll be really pretty with the Amethyst eyeshadow. So I'm just going to pick up this dual fiber stippling brush, and it is a powder matte formula, but it never looks cakey. And you don't have to apply a lot because you get so much pigmentation right away. See? So that's how that looks. I think it's like such an unassuming blush when you see it in person. It's a matte, and it just, you know, looks like this, but it's kind of plum. Well, it's called a plum. It's plummy, but it's also like kind of a corally pink in there too. Just like the perfect blend to give you a really natural, pretty flush. And for highlight, I'm just gonna go in with this, and it's called Golden Peach, P-E-C-H-E in French. And I'm just gonna use the little powder puff that comes with it and just like apply it to the tops of my cheekbones for just a really light highlight on the tip of my nose. Maybe a little bit in the arch of my brow. Look how pretty that is. Just like a really pretty kind of peachy. It's not rose gold, so it doesn't change the shade of my blush. It just sort of adds a little bit of a golden highlight. Really pretty, really natural. So the lipstick that I'm going to use today is called Tender Mirage, and one of you recently told me in my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick video I recently did that you purchased this, and I just wanted to tell you that I think that is such a great purchase because this is newer to my collection in like the past year, and it is a favorite. I really love it, and I'll show you what my favorite was before I found this one. So this is what Tender Mirage looks like. The one thing I will say is that Lancôme does perfume their lipsticks. So there is that kind of scent to them. I don't mind it. I feel like it adds to the luxuriousness of it, but it's really different from like the way most brands perfume their lipsticks. I hate to even use that word. I should say scent their lipsticks. Like MAC uses like a vanilla scent, and I think Charlotte Tilbury's smell a little bit like a soft vanilla too. But no, Lancôme is kind of like, I don't know, it's like a perfumey kind of smell. And this is the shade I loved before I found Tender Mirage, and this one's called Coquette. And look how pretty that is. So pretty. It's like a pinky, peachy coral. Absolutely stunning. But I am going to use the Tender Mirage today because I think that this will look really soft and pretty with the rest of the makeup I have on my face. And these lipsticks are so pretty in the packaging. So it's got the Lancôme flower on the top, and what you do is you give it a little push, it pops out the bottom, and there you go. So they're so nice to have in your purse when you're out and about using a lipstick. Everybody's like, oh, that's so nice. So in part one of this video, I said that I was going to set my makeup with a powder because I used the new foundation, and I think it's so beautiful without a powder. I don't really think that I need one, but I wondered if it would make it look a little cakey if I added a setting powder to it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I already have some powder products on. I have the bronzer, I have my blush, I have a little bit of highlight, and so far everything looks really pretty and natural and glowy. So I don't think I really even need to add anything, but for the sake of seeing if it adds like any cakiness to the foundation, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm just gonna use my giant bronzer brush that I love to use, and I'm gonna use it for my powder. I've been kind of doing that sometimes, just doing my bronzer and then later going in with my powder. So I'm just gonna add some setting powder, and this is just the Lancôme Absolute powder. I don't even think they make this anymore. They do make a setting powder, but I don't think they make this one. But it's a really beautiful powder, and I have no doubt that the new powder they have is absolutely stunning as well. But I'm just gonna use what I have. I do love the dual finish pressed powders. I have to get a new one, but I'm waiting. You guys will be so proud of me. I've been going through my powders and trying to use up what I have. And this is my Charlotte Tilbury powder. Look how much pan. I am determined to get every bit of this out before I move on to another powder. But I wanted to set it with a Lancôme powder, so that's what I just did. I'm looking at my big magnifying mirror, and I think it looks really pretty. I mean, makeup from Lancôme always, in my opinion, looks so stunning. I feel like they really take the mature woman's skin into consideration because I know so many women who are 50 and older who just swear by Lancôme skincare products, Lancôme makeup products, and I do too. And I'm really happy that Lancôme is trying to stay relevant and current in this new makeup realm we're in, where every celebrity has a brand. New makeup brands are popping up all the time, and makeup brands are going out of business all the time as well. But Lancôme is like stable, and I really hope that they never go under because I don't know, it's just like, not only am I loyal to the brand because of the performance, but because of the sentimentality of it as well, using these products for so long and loving the brand. So anyways, let me bring you in close. I think it is just such a beautiful, sophisticated, classy makeup look, and I'm very pleased with the way it came together. And you'll have to let me know what you think down in the comment section. I do have a flyer from Macy's, and I noticed on the back of it, they have a sale coming up, and they have a couple different choices. So let me just tell you what this is. This is the Lancôme free 7-piece gift with any $39.50 Lancôme purchase. And you have a choice of the Re-Energy or Absolute options. So they have like the Re-Energy Lift, moisturizers, and looks like some Genifique in here as well. And then this one has the Absolute creams. And I don't know anything about the Absolute creams. I've never tried them, but the Energy Lift, I don't know what's in it, but it works. I still have some products that I got from, I don't know, was it Christmas time or something? And I just love them. Lancôme is expensive, but like so worth it. So maybe I'll pick it up and try the Absolute just to see, you know, just see what I think. But you get a really pretty 5-pan palette. I'm not sure which one it is. It doesn't say. So this will be, and let me tell you what the date is. So this is a 1-day sale. It says a 1-day sale, but it starts on Friday 5/5 and ends Sunday 5/7. So maybe the one full day being Saturday. 1-day sale, 40 to 60% off at Macy's, and then this is available. I'll have to check and see if it's available now, but there will be so many Lancôme deals coming up, if not on the Lancôme website, at department stores, anywhere Lancôme is sold, because Mother's Day is like next to Christmas. That is like their biggest like time where they have good sales, and they have like gifts and free products with purchases and so on and so forth. So I wanted to make sure I told you about that. So thank you for spending some time with me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. I'll see you next time.